Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we uncover the hidden stories in corporate filings. Today we're diving into something that might sound a little dry. But trust me, it has got some juicier details than you might think, especially when it comes to a company's operational updates.
We're cracking open a recent report from Bitmine Immersion Technologies Incorporated, a company making waves in the tech space. Let's see what kind of progress or perhaps challenges they've been facing, all laid out in their official paperwork. Before we dive deep, if you love getting clear, no jargon breakdowns of corporate news just like this, hit that subscribe button. And for even more exclusive discussions and early access to our analysis, join our Discord community. The link is in the description below.
All right, so we're looking at a report dated the 20th of October 2025. This filing is essentially a signal that something important has happened with Bitmine Immersion Technologies Incorporated, and they're letting the public and the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission know about it. Think of it as a company's official way of saying, hey, big news.
The company in question is Bitmine Immersion Technologies Incorporated. You'll often see them referred to as the company in these filings. They're based in Delaware and have a commission file number and an IRS employer identification number, which are basically their official IDs for legal and tax purposes.
Now, for those who track stocks, you'll want to know their ticker symbol on the stock exchange. Bitmine Immersion Technologies Incorporated trades under the symbol BMR, and their shares are listed on the Nice American LLC. It is always good to know where to find their stock if you are interested in their market performance.
This particular report is a Form 8. In plain English, this is used for current reports. Companies file these when they have material events that shareholders should know about right away. It is not a regular financial report like a quarterly or annual one, but rather for significant announcements.
An interesting point here is that the company has checked the box indicating they are an emerging growth company. This means they are a relatively newer public company and can benefit from certain accommodations under securities laws, like having more time to comply with new accounting standards. This tells us they are still in a growth phase, which is important context for how we interpret their updates.
The core of today's update falls under Regulation FD disclosure. Regulation FD, or fair disclosure, is all about preventing selective disclosure of material information. So, when a company issues a press release with important news, they might also file it as part of an 8K to make sure everyone gets the information at the same time.
And that is exactly what they've done. On the 20th of October 2025, Bitmine Immersion Technologies Incorporated released a press release to update everyone on what is happening with their operations. This is the juicy bit we're here to decode. The press release is attached as an exhibit,
which means we can go look at the actual announcement to get all the details.
This Exhibit 99.1 is precisely the press release we're interested in. It is the primary source of the update on the company's operations. Since the filing itself doesn't contain the nitty-gritty of that update, we have to assume that the press release is where the real story lies. This filing is essentially a cover sheet for that important announcement. Now,
when we look at the structure here, the document itself focuses on the regulatory aspects of reporting the press release. It tells us that they released information, when they released it, and where that information can be found within the filing. What it doesn't give us in this particular form are the actual financial numbers or strategic details. To truly understand the impact of this update on the company's operations,
we would need to read the Exhibit 99.1, the press release itself. However, based on the format of an 8K filing like this, it often signifies significant developments. These could range from new product launches, major partnerships, executive changes, or important financial milestones, positive or negative. For a company like Bitmine Immersion Technologies Incorporated,
Especially noted as an emerging growth company, operational updates are critical indicators of their trajectory. Are they expanding rapidly? Are they facing unexpected hurdles? Are they achieving key performance targets? The press release would answer these questions. For example,
if the press release announced a successful pilot program for a new immersion cooling technology, that would signal strong potential for growth in the data center market. Conversely, if it detailed delays or unforeseen costs in a major project, that would raise red flags for investors and observers alike. Without the content of the press release,
it is like having the headline of a news story but not the body. However, we can infer the intent behind this filing. It is a declaration that something noteworthy concerning their day-to-day running and future direction has been communicated to the market. Companies in the technology sector, particularly those involved in areas like immersion cooling, face a dynamic landscape. Competition can be fierce. Technological advancements happen quickly, and market adoption rates can swing dramatically. Therefore, any operational update is a crucial piece of the puzzle for understanding their competitive standing and long-term viability. When we consider their stock ticker BMNR and their listing on NICE American LLC, these operational updates directly influence investor sentiment and, consequently, the stock price. A positive update could signal increased revenue streams, improved efficiency, or a stronger market position, all of which are attractive to investors.
A negative update could suggest increased risk, slower growth, or potential setbacks, which would likely lead to investor caution. As an emerging growth company, the strategic decisions and operational successes or failures are amplified. They have less of a long track record to fall back on, making each significant update more impactful on perceptions of their future potential.
K filing, with its reference to Exhibit 99.1, serves as a pointer. It tells us that Bitmine Immersion Technologies Incorporated has put out a statement about its operations. To get the full picture, one would need to read that attached press release. It is a reminder that in the world of corporate finance and investor relations,
The devil is often in the details, and those details are frequently found in the exhibits accompanying these formal filings. Now, looking at this filing from a broader perspective, what does it tell us about Bitmine Immersion Technologies Incorporated? They are a publicly traded company, trading under BMNR,
And are identified as an emerging growth company. This means they're likely in a phase of significant investment and expansion, and their communication of operational updates is a key way they manage market expectations. The fact that they've issued a current report specifically to disclose a press release about their operations suggests that the information within that press release is material and timely.
it indicates a company that, while potentially still growing and refining its business, is committed to transparency with its stakeholders. The emphasis on operational updates highlights the importance of execution and progress in their specific industry. For investors, these updates are crucial for assessing ongoing business health and strategic momentum. All right,
That is our breakdown of this particular filing. What is your take on the importance of operational updates for emerging companies like Bitmine Immersion Technologies Incorporated? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this deep dive helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more decoded corporate insights. And remember, for more
Depth discussions and to connect with other finance enthusiasts, check out our Discord. The link is in the description. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.